welcome to a Chase Buttice Astrology update. I'm just checking out the chart of the moment here and wanted to do an impromptu energy astrology update. Because, man, I don't know about you guys, but whew, I feel like we are, it's like, society's reopening up again, right? The world is opening up again, but we've been through something so intense and traumatic, and we've been inside for so long, and the empaths of the world have had a break, and it's like the system at large is starting to kind of starting to grind again, but it's not the same world anymore, right? And so I've been feeling like this new grind that's kind of coming in, and I kind of started feeling like, oh God, the old world is coming back. Like it was exhausting. Like it was not sustainable, it was not easy. And I was looking at some of the planetary aspects that were kind of correlating to that. And there's some really interesting things here to support that. We currently have, at the moment I'm recording this, April 6th at 3:23 p.m., in Southern California, the sun is conjunct Venus. It's also conjunct Chiron, and that is conjunct Mercury, all in the sign of Aries. And we are just in an Aries cycle right now, right? Aries is the energy of spring. It's the energy of newness. It's the bold, pioneering, sperm fertilizing, creation of all of life energy, right? And I think that this energy, because we've gone through such an intense year, the frequencies, I've talked about this a lot, and the frequencies have shifted. And so we're all kind of coming out in a new way, right? That's how I feel. I feel like I'm a different person now. And the me of pre-2020 is definitely not the same as the me of post-2020. And now we are really in the emergence of the emergence of a new cycle. This is the post-2020 cycle. So what I think is really interesting about the chart of the moment is that the sun is conjunct Chiron, which means in Aries. There's a stellium in Aries. There's a concentration of Aries, but there's a sun conjunct Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is the part of ourselves that it's where we are wounded, but when we address that wound, look at that wound, clean that wound, attend to that wound, we become stronger and way more empowered than we ever could have been. It's in the shape, it's an asteroid, and it's in the shape of a key. And I always like to think of it as kind of like the key to our awakening, the key to our wholeness. We're already whole. We're born into this world whole, but we get wounded and it fractures our energy. And so the Chiron is kind of like one of the keys to realigning with our truth and our power and our wholeness, right? So right now, Chiron is conjunct the sun. The energy of the sun is, life force power, chi, right? Strong sun energy right now in Palm Springs where I live. Really strong Aries energy right now and the sun is in, and it's conjunct Chiron. So conjunct means that we have the wounded part of us. So to have Chiron in Aries means that there's some kind of wounding around boldness, pioneering, speaking your truth, blatantly telling the truth, our independence, being maybe ahead of the fray somehow, freedom. These are all Aries traits, Aries is kind of seen as the teenager of the zodiac because it's just raw, it's real, it says what it feels, it doesn't hold anything back, and it moves things forward. It is the energy that moves things forward. So now that we're in this kind of new cycle, right? We're in this new energy with this new frequency. Are you feeling a little bit insecure about how you might be presenting yourself in this new world? Are you feeling like you don't exactly know if your boldness, it might be too much? And that's really something to be asking yourself, because really, we're coming into this new time, right? We're coming into this new time. And like I keep saying, it is the empaths of the world that are going to be leading the new energies. It is our time. We went through like this empathic revolution in 2020, and now it is the time, it's the era of the empath. So it's really up to us. So we are leading this new time. So if you are having a little bit of uncertainty about being that bold leader, now is the time to really attend to that and to also simultaneously push through. Aries is about action. It's about boldness. It's about making moves. It's about moving yourself forward no matter what. It's not about thinking a lot, overly thinking. So making these moves, it's really attuned to its instincts. The more that we can work through this wounding, the more that we can, and it's also, I'm noticing Chiron is conjunct Mercury. So Mercury is the planet of communication. So it's really about voicing ourselves, voicing our energy, voicing our boldness, voicing our leadership, holding the staff and being like, I am here to help lead this new world in whatever it is that you are doing. You could be making, caftans. You could be writing code. You could be designing a new cryptocurrency. You could be, whatever it is that you do it with gusto, do it with confidence, do it with boldness. This is the time. This is the time for the empaths to rise. This is the time for new energies to emerge. This is the time for boldness. Do it, people. Be about it. Be about that action. The other thing that I'm noticing on the chart as I'm looking is that there's this incredible trining energy. There's like a triple trine. Trine is a harmonious aspect to Mars. So right now the chart that I'm looking at is mostly air and fire. It's air and fire dominant. So not only do we have a ton of energy in Aries, right? We also have a ton of energy in air. And those two are compatible elements. So they just like, right? Like air makes fire grow, right? And so those two are just the air is the ideas, the communication, the travel, the anything that has to do with this realm of thinking and communicating. Fire is boldness, action, in inspiration, creativity. Those two feed each other. So right now we have this incredible trine. Right now Mars is in Gemini, which is the energy. Mars in Gemini is powerful communicative action. And it's trining Jupiter, the moon, and Saturn, which are all in Aquarius. So that's a powerful trine, a double air powerful trine, right? To this air. We have this like strong, powerful energy in Aquarius right now. We have the moon conjunct Saturn, conjunct Jupiter. And, wherever Saturn is, it's always like we're getting, we are like working through stabilizing that energy, creating a real material energy around that energy. Aquarius, it's the age of Aquarius, right? Aries and Aquarius, they go really well together. Really, really, really well together. Aquarius, like I've talked about, this is we've entered the age of Aquarius. We entered it on December 21st, right? And so this is a new era with a new frequency that is about bold and innovative and technological and decentralization and non-hierarchical, and where the individual is really gaining ground, where it's less about these giant hierarchical corporations and more about us creating the world that we want to see. We're seeing it with cryptocurrencies. We're seeing it with the decentralization of offices and we're seeing everything moving online. We're seeing everybody being able to build whatever the heck they want. I mean, technology is shifting every day, right? So there's this incredible trine to that Mars energy, of that Aries to that Gemini energy, which is really about communicating this new frequency, communicating it boldly, assertively, not being afraid to really allow yourself to communicate your real thoughts about things. This is not a time to hide away in the shadows. This is not a time to be afraid. This is a time to be bold, to be assertive, to everything that you gathered, that you learned, that you absorbed in 2020, that you took in, that you learned, that you changed, that you emerged. Now is the time to kind of shed whatever skin and let yourself be that new snake. Let yourself be that butterfly that emerges from the chrysalis. This is the time to really begin to speak your truth, be bold, be of the new frequency, be of the new vibration. And whatever it is that you have been thinking about doing, whatever creative project, whatever, if you think anything is too weird, if you think something is too weird, it's not. I'm here to tell you this right now. Believe me. This is the era of weirdness. This is the time for all the empaths, all the weirdos, people that have weird ideas about shit. This is the time to serve them to the table, you guys, because this is when everything's going to be eaten up. We're creating an entirely new world right now, and the people that are the most sensitive are the ones that are going to be the ones creating it. So let's do it. Let's rise to this occasion. What else do we have going on in this chart? We've got, we still have continuing this Uranus squaring. I've talked about this in other astrology updates, but it's going to be going on for 2021. Uranus is the planet of Aquarius, and it's squaring Saturn, which is the planet of Capricorn, and it's going to be squaring Saturn all of 2021, which is this. Really, what's happening with that square is when things are in tension, when they don't quite harmoniously fit, but so much is because they don't harmoniously fit, they're constantly doing work to figure it out and to find the right balance and to find the right energy. And there's a lot of healing and power that can be gained from squares. So this year is really about learning how to stabilize this energy of Uranus, which is the planet of innovation, rebellion, revolution, genius, intuition. It's a very futuristic, super futuristic. And Saturn is the planet of, stability, karma, materiality, boundaries, structure, limitations, right? Those two, so it's like, how is this new frequency? It's how is it getting, because it can't work its magic unless it has some kind of stability, right? You can't control a current without a conductor. Otherwise, the current is wild and out of control, right? You have to have some sort of conductor that is able to deliver the current in a way that is able to be absorbed, right? That's basically what Saturn is helping Uranus do right now. Saturn itself, now that it's in Aquarius, because it was in Capricorn all of 2020, Capricorn, the old hierarchical bureaucratic energy, but that was that Saturn-Pluto conjunction, which we're done with. Right? We've excavated that old energy. We're moving into the new now. And so Saturn is really helping. Saturn itself is innovating. Saturn itself is changing, and it's helping to innovate and stabilize the new energies of Uranus, which basically is just another piece in all of this energy, in this crazy spring Aries powerful energy. We got this air, Aquarian, Aries power going on right now. And it's really about bold, assertive, revolutionary, ingenuity, innovation, technology, genius, detachment, not giving a fuck what people think, doing your own thing, pioneering things. And, to be a pioneer, you really have to not care, and you have to not listen to what people say, because people stay, the old systems have been based on a lot of fear. And so people are afraid of the new, and they don't know about the new because it's unstable, but everything's unstable. Everybody's searching for some kind of old stability, but it's not going to happen. Everything is new. We're in a gold rush. We're in a mad grab for what is going to be established. What is this new world going to look like? And it's up to you to create it. Use those empathic, powerful, creative. The power of being an empath is that you are tuned into the flow. You are tuned into your intuition, which means you are incredibly creative. You're sensitive and you're creative, which means you get intuition, you get impulses, you get ideas that a lot of people don't even allow themselves to acknowledge because they might be too crazy. This is the time of the artists and the empaths and the sensitives to create. So I hope that this helped. I'm feeling really excited about the spring energy, you guys. We got this North Node right now that's been transiting Gemini for a while. North Node is where we're heading, where the energy is heading. Like karmically, it may be kind of uncomfortable, but it's where it's heading, and it's in Gemini, the communicator. Communicate your ideas. Communicate your ideas. Don't hold them in. We can't hold ourselves in. We can't stay in the shadows. Now is the time for us all to shine. I give you permission. I ask you. I endear you. I bow to you. You've got this. All right? I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day and week, and I'll see you on the next update.